Hey, what is up guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Smurfy and today we are playing 5-Color Zoo again in Modern. I've been loving this deck and I decided I want to get some more playtesting in with it. We've got two big UK tournaments coming up at the end of November. We've got the Axiom one on the 27th, which I think most people will be aware of. Axiom just hosts basically the best events in England. And we've also got one being hosted by the guy that runs my team, which is Team Templar, which is going to be at Athena Games in Norwich as well. The top 8 prize pool for that alone is like £1,000, which is crazy. So yeah, two big Modern tournaments, one on the 26th in Norwich at Athena Games, and then one in wherever the Axiom one is, I don't know, but it's in like a reasonably easy area to get to for everyone in the UK. So yeah, let's just run through the list real quick. We are playing Mengucci's main deck, which is pretty standard at this point. He did fix the mana base a little bit. I have made my own personal change, which is I cut a Flooded Strand for a Blood Crypt, an Overgrown Tomb. The reason I added a Overgrown Tomb was because there was no black Shockland in the deck, and that basically meant that you can't go turn 1 fetch shock, turn 2 fetch shock, turn 3 fetch shock, and have domain. So for example, you want to curve Ragavan into Territorial Kavu into a Sign of Draco and a 1-mana spell. You can't do that because there's no black source. So you'd have to go turn 3, get a Triome, and then you could play the Draco, but you wouldn't have access to that extra mana. And from my extensive testing, I think that you do need a fetchable black source solely for that. It also means that Leyline Binding you can use, as well as using up the rest of your mana instead of getting a Triome. It makes it cheaper, but it means you're missing out on a mana by getting a Triome. And in an aggro deck, you don't always want to do that. Sometimes it's okay, but you don't always want to. In the sideboard, we are playing pretty stock stuff. I really like Remand at the moment. It's just really good against all of the Evoke creatures. They pitch a card for a Fury and you Remand it. It feels pretty good. We're playing 2 Lifelink because we want to crush all the Vern players. There is a lot of fetches and shocks going on in our deck. And Lifelink is a pretty easy way to beat Burn. The other option is Leyline of Sanctity, which also is really good against Scam, so that's another good option. But I want to play with Lifelink a little bit more and get some more reps in with that. Anything else that stands out? Oh, we're playing a 1 of Flame Blitz. I don't really know what the new metagame is going to be like in England, but I do know that there's generally a lot of grindy decks, so I think Flame Blitz would be possibly a good option. You just slam it early game and you can just keep hitting your opponent's face and don't have to worry about their Planeswalkers. And worst case scenario, you just cycle it. So I think that's about it. And we're playing the Consumes pretty much just to beat Rhinos and Hammer Time. Those are the 2 decks that I play this for. It's really, really good against both of them. And it's not that bad in other matchups as well if you need to destroy like, I don't know, like 1-mana artifacts and stuff like that. So yeah, that is the list. Let's get into some games because this deck is fucking sweet. Okay, game 1 or round 1, whatever you want to call it. We will reveal our Gigantha, and it looks like we're on the draw, I assume. Yeah, they get to choose who goes first. Okay. Well, we've got to turn 1 Ragavan, but we don't have a second lander up, so this is probably going to get shipped. Yeah, let's go ahead and send that back. We get another 1 land hand, which is even worse because we don't have a Ragavan. Unfortunately, we are going to mulligan again. Yeah, this hand is just significantly better already. So what have we got here? This is the Mardu one, so we need a Breeding Pool, which the Windswept Heath can get. So we can put back the Temple Garden, I think, and the Nikato. So what we're going to go, turn 1 Triome, turn 2 Kavu. Yeah. The other option is to keep the other land as well, the Temple Garden. And try and go 1, 2, 3, and then what would we put back? A Kavu. Oh no, we don't have enough for that. So yeah, we'll put back the cat as well. We'll go for card quality over how quick they are at killing our opponent. Like Wilding Cat's really good for being aggressive, but if you're down to 5 cards, you need to have good value from your cards, and these are much bigger creatures. So we'll go ahead and we drew a Wild Nacatl anyway, so it's all good. We definitely did not want to draw that there, but maybe it'll lead to a good turn 3 where we can go Draco and a Wild Nacatl. That's pretty nice. I think Nikao is definitely one of the weakest cards in the deck. I kind of want to try playing some Mana Dorks over it, something like a Noble Hierarch, because it allows you to go turn 2 Kavu or Draco potentially. Yeah, it does allow you to do either, but it allows you to do turn 2 Kavu or Brawler with Stubborn Denial mana up, which is super powerful. Talisman of Progress. What are we playing against? I have absolutely no idea what our opponent is doing, which is interesting. They're cracking the bauble, sure. So they're obviously an Artifact Matters deck. What are they playing that is the payoff though? We're just going to always yield to that. Another Kavu, Jesus Christ. So we'll go ahead, get the breeding pool. Wherever it is there. Obviously we're shocking, we're not messing about with our life total. And we'll play a Kavu. We're probably just going to loot this Nacatl away, I wouldn't be surprised. It's just not great, it's fine. But if you don't have a third land drop, it just sucks. Okay, well there's the Urza, so that's one of the payoffs. So it creates a dude equal to power toughness equal to your artifact count. This is an artifact as well. And then it makes all your artifacts tap for a blue mana. Okay, so now they're just going to play the last cards in their hand. A Springleaf Drum and a Mystery card. So we need to draw some removal for this pretty soon. So I think what we want to do is play the Draco to give this first strike. Oh, but that means we can't remove. We then won't be able to remove anything because we won't have any mana. Even if we loot away the Nacatl and hit like a removal spell, we wouldn't have the mana to. So we can just offer to trade. Really don't want to do that, but I think we need to find a removal for this pretty soon. So it's 5 mana, shuffle your library, then exile the top card. You can play it until the end of turn without paying mana. So they can do this with the Thopter combo and just get infinite dudes and infinite life and draw their whole deck. No, I think it's too risky to just offer the trade, because if they don't have, they've only got 1 card in hand, you know, like even if they activate this, the chances are they're going to hit something shit anyway, and I don't want to lose a threat over trying to find a removal spell. I'd rather just attack him with a Kavu with first strike, know it's going to hit them or they're going to lose a dude, and then like actually put a clock on them, because if you're just trying to find 1 removal spell, then it's pretty dicey. So we're going to go ahead, discard a card if we do draw a card. We'll get rid of this Wild Nacatl. We'll find a Brawler. Okay. So our opponent's just going to take 5 here, obviously. And we're going to pass the turn back and just hope they don't have anything, because we have 0 interaction here. We could have played another Kavu, but I really like giving this one first strike. So they're going to crack the Chromatic Star, trying to find something to do with all this mana, I expect. What does this guy do? Whenever you cast an artifact spell, create a 1/1, and you can pay 2, sacrifice 2 artifacts, draw a card. Sure. So now they're going to play the Bauble, which then gives them a dude, and then they can sack 2 artifacts now, draw some more cards, and obviously all of their artifacts are now tapping for mana because of Urza. Their deck is pretty sweet, actually. You don't see talismans in Modern very often. If you're doing something with talismans, you're probably doing something that you shouldn't be with artifacts, something broken. Fortunately, our opponent has not done anything broken yet. What are they doing here? 1, 2, 3. They're going to spin the wheel at least, right? For another Urza, just to make another dude? Sure. So they sack it due to the legendary rule. I think that's quite extreme because... Oh, it's to make a 7/7? Okay, sure. Yeah, I think it's a bit extreme to lose one of your Urzas, because now if we draw removal for 1, then we shut off the combo. What are we doing here? So, I think we just swing with both, and we can always just bolt this with the first strike. That seems like a good option. We'll attack with both. Trigger the Kavu, we will choose to loot. We're going to discard this Ragavan because it's never getting in with all these Thopters and random shit going around. Okay, so they're going to choose to block. Fortunately for us, we have First Strike and Trample, so not only does our dude kill theirs, but we trample over for the excess damage. So things are looking really good here with our opponent being on 0 cards in hand. But they could easily just activate Urza and find like some huge combo piece. I don't really know what the combo piece is going to be. It could be like the Thopter combo, but I don't think you'd go to this extent to do the Thopter combo. Chromatic Star? Sure. Get a bunch of Thopter tokens. Oh, they can use these to block the Draco, which is kind of annoying. Maybe they'll tap one for mana, and then we can bolt the other one. Yeah, they are just digging for stuff to do. Wait, did they use the activated ability? Why would you do that? Surely the start activation is 1 mana less. And you don't have to sacrifice 2. I don't know why they would do that over just using the Chromatic Star ability. Another Thoughtcast? Okay. Well, things aren't looking good now after they drew, like, what, 5 cards? That's 6, 7? Oh my god. They're back to 5 cards in hand? So they're going to play Mox Amber. Sure. Well, they can draw a lot of cards now, probably. 2, so that's 1 card, 2 cards. 3, I guess, if they want to use all their mana. What are they doing here? Draw a card, sure. So if they have enough 0 mana artifacts, they can just keep making Thopters. And that's essentially a 1 mana artifact. And then it makes a Thopter, which also taps for mana, so that's essentially free. So yeah, they're just pretty much going off at this point. Oh, they're getting in the red zone. Love to see it. We've got nothing to do end of turn. Another Ragavan. Yeah, we'll just attack with both, loot, and see what we find. 1, 2, 3, 4 mana they've got. They're 1 mana short of doing that. Okay, that's good. Yeah, we'll discard a card, draw a card. I don't think they've put anything in the graveyard we care about. Nope. Again, we're just going to get rid of this Ragavan. It's never getting in at this point. Temple Garden's pretty good. We can now double spell, finally. So again, we're going to go ahead and bolt this first. So then the first strike damage kills their construct token. So we only get him for a little bit of damage, but we get rid of that big dude that we're going to have to get rid of eventually if we're going to kill them with combat damage. What are they doing here? They spent a mana to do what? Do they have like a bounce spell with that Springleaf Drum card? 1, 2... Oh, okay, sure. Such a shame that the Draco doesn't have Trample. And then, yeah, let's go ahead, play the Temple Garden, shock. And we can only play the Brawler because we don't have another red source. But that's fine. So our opponent can now make a dude with their land. I just can't believe how many cards they've got in hand. We had them down to nothing in hand, and now they're at 6 cards. Thoughtcast is an absolutely crazy card. So good. See what our opponent's going to do this turn. So they can make a dude with Urza's Saga, which would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But they're probably going to play like 5 or 6 artifact spells this turn. Okay, so they've got another one. They're just passing, so I assume they're just going to be doing this at instant speed. I think we just attack with everything and hope for the best. Because the longer this game goes on, the harder it's going to be for us to win. So we're just going to attack with everything and hope that we loot into some sort of removal with this Kavu. So we'll discard a card and draw a card. I think at this point we're just going to get rid of the Strand. And we try another land. Okay. So they're going to make a dude, which was expected. So they're going to trade with our Brawler here. Wait, what? Wait. That's not going to trade because this has First Strike. This one doesn't have First Strike because it's not red. What? They're going to sack it or something? What the fuck? Why would you not just do that the other way around? Then you'd kill the Brawler. That was very strange. So they're going to draw a card, sure. Okay, and then we're just going to go shock, play 2 big dudes, and hope that that's enough. On the plus side, we do get 3 loots next turn if all of our creatures get to attack. So yeah, 3 Kavu loots plus a draw step. You get to look at 4 cards to find potentially a Tribal Flames, something like that. But we just have to have them not combo off. I guess we could have pretended that we had a counter spell and tried to make them play around something, but they don't really have the luxury of playing around anything at this point anymore. They're up against the wall so much with so much power on board. So they're going to make a dude and go get an artifact, probably Shadow Spear at this point, just to keep themselves alive. I don't even think it would because of First Strike. They'd have to use it and block the Brawler. No, that won't work because the First Strike will kill them before the construct even hits us. This doesn't give First Strike. Another one? Sure. How have they drawn half of their deck and they've not comboed off and killed us? Are they going to do it now? No, I don't think they are. They wouldn't have made the construct if they could combo off, right? Because that'd just be a terrible use of mana. Sure. I'm very interested to see how their deck wins. I assume it's not just a value deck. You got Thopter combo, which is infinite with Urza, so that feels like an auto-include pretty much if you've got all this amount of artifacts anyway. Are they going like Whirler's Invention or something else? Whirler's Invention is like a blue version of Chord of Calling, but for artifacts, if you're not familiar with it. Oh my god, that's got to just be like the best draw. So we're going to not even bother looting. So we're just going to attack with everything. I guess we can exile their stuff. We'll go with the Moxes in case they're an Emery deck. And then I guess they're 0 mana spells. And that. Yeah, that's just in case they are an Emery deck that uses stuff like, or maybe even Through the Breach. I assume they're not Through the Breach because there's no red, but honestly I have no idea what they're doing. So you're going to crack the star. Oh no, they're using it for mana. Create another dude. Neither of them have lifelink. So this is just lethal. They have to have a counter spell. Oh, they're really trying to survive now. They're going to block with the Urza as well. This leaves them dead to a bolt. So I think they need to block with this. Wait, if they block that, we trample over for 1, 2, putting them to 5, so they're still dead to Tribal Flames. Okay, so they're playing around Bolt, but not Tribal Flames. Okay, they're playing around both. We don't care about which order those are, so let's just go Binding here. We'll get rid of one of the tokens. Go to damage. We kill a bunch of their stuff. They take 6 down to 1. We kill their Urza. They kill one of our Kavus. Wait, are we just going to die on the crackback here? If they play enough dudes here, we could just die. Shit. So they've got Shadow Spear, which will put this up to 8. Then they only need, like, what, 3 more artifacts in play? That's 1. And then they can just make treasures. Oh my god, are we just dead? Uh-oh. I think they just missed lethal. They could still have it. No? That's 2 more up to 11. So that is lethal now. And I assume they're going to see that they have lethal here. Yeah, fair enough. Well played to our opponent there. I completely missed that they had lethal on the swing back. If they hadn't have blocked with the Urza, obviously we would have killed them, so fair play to our opponent. That was really good blocking on their part. What do we want? Well, obviously we want both of these. We probably want the Dromoka's Command. Make them sack their land and we can take out one of their dudes. Yeah, I think so. What do we not want? Remand, because their deck is quite mana efficient. Other than Urza, Urza would be a really good card to remand. But I don't think we need it. And what else do we not want? Don't really want to be Stubborn Denaling their deck because all the cards that they're using that are counterable with Stubborn Denial are all 1 and 0 mana. So I don't really want to Stubborn Denial. I think we want the bolts. I guess we could take out Ragavan because it's really hard to get in. But it's just so powerful on the play on game 1. I think we'll keep it. Yeah. I think the Wear and Tears and the Consumes All are just going to be all-stars in this matchup. That's another reason to board out the Ragavans and the Nakatos, is because we boarded in 2 of these. Because it destroys all non-land permanents, not just one player's. Okay, so we definitely want to go first. Show our companion off. Oh, we can't keep this. No. Okay, this is much better. We are a black source away from Consumes All and Draco. So we'll go ahead and keep. I think we're just going to put the Tribal Flames back. Because it's a nice curve to go Nakatal into Kavu. Oh, but if we put the Tribal Flames back, if we don't draw black source, we can't cast either of these. No, I still think we need to put back the Tribal Flames. It's only 3 damage at the moment anyway. So let's just go Temple Garden, Shock. We'll play a 3-3 or a 2-2 now, but it'll attack for 3. And then yeah, next time we can play the Kavu, and maybe the Kavu can loot us into a fetch land. It is much better to play the Temple Garden there instead of the Stomping Ground, because the Temple Garden has a Triumph that pairs with it, whereas the Stomping Ground doesn't. So we're much more likely to loot away the Stomping Ground if the game goes in a way where we draw lots of lands. Would much rather keep the Temple Garden. It also makes the Nacatl a 2-2, in case they have any 1-mana damage spells, which probably they don't. Opponent having a real hard think here. To be fair, that game was incredibly close, and we mulliganed to 5. So I think that was a pretty good display of how powerful the cards in this deck are. Like, the Kavus were just doing work. Definitely one of my favourite cards in Modern at the moment. And Draco is sweet too. Or Scion of Draco. Opponent leads off with a Pithing Needle. Are they just going to blind name a fetch? The fuck? Wooded Foothills? Oh my god, they're an absolute monster. Absolutely love our opponent's play there. Just blind name Pithing Needle. You've got to respect that. Fortunately, Pithing Needle doesn't really work against us, because this isn't an activated ability. It's a triggered ability, I believe. So that wouldn't work on that. We don't play as a Saga, so obviously they can't name that. Actually, that wouldn't work either. Yeah, it would actually. It'd stop us making the dudes. But it also stopped them, so they wouldn't do that. Draw a Forest. That doesn't really help. I think we're just going to loot that away. Yeah, I think we do want to loot the Forest away. Overgrown Tomb. That's really good. So, how much does Draco cost? So it's normally 2, but we'll be missing blue, so it'll be 4. So we're 1 mana short at the moment. I think we just play this tapped and Tribal Flames our opponent, and then just try and kill them next turn. Because we can just consume all. That'll kill whatever blockers they have, unless they have exactly Urza. Maybe we keep it for Urza. No, I don't think we would. They just want to get him dead. Just 4 to the dome is good enough at this point. So hopefully now they'll play something that makes... Ooh, that's a nice thing to blow up with our Consumes All. Oh shit, that's going to blow up our Nacatl. That would be annoying. Another Kavu. Yeah, I think we just still Consumes All here. Our opponent, it'll blow this up. It'll kill our Nacatl, but we can still attack for 4. Yeah, I think that's worth it, as much as it sucks. Do we loot away this Draco? I don't think we do. I don't think we loot away either of these. Or maybe we get rid of this just because we can't cast it. Sweet. So it destroys a bunch of their stuff. You're going to float a mana with Mox Amber. We're going to pay 2 mana, 3. And they're going to bounce our dude. Okay, nice. That was a good use of mana on their part, to be fair. But we do still have like a dude coming in a couple of turns from here, which will kill them in 2 hits because it'll be a 3-3 then a 4-4. And we've got loads of creatures to follow up with. Even if we just draw a land, we can just use the land, play Draco, and then just hit them for 4 in the air with the 3-3. And that'll be lethal. So there are quite a few ways we can kill them in 2 turns. Opponent is just passing here. Oh, they're cracking in for 1. Okay. Not playing around Ragavan at all. Zero respect for Ragavan. Oh no, they got another dude. Oh, they just got another one of those. Okay. That's going to be a 3/3. Sure. Another Kavu, wow. I mean, we'll play it, right? We still can't play this because it costs 4, so green, red. We'll play the Kavu. And we're just going to, I think pretty much regardless of what happens, we're going to be swinging in with it just to loot and try and find Tribal Flames. Does this come with Summoning Sickness? Yeah, it will do. Shit. Oh no, they've got Thopters. What does this give it? Lifelink and First Strike, right? Yeah. Please don't be a Thoughtcast. Okay. What did they sack? A land and a Talisman. Wow, they are really desperate to find something. Wear and Tear. That's pretty nice. So we can blow this up if we want to. I think we're going to attack, loot, and then we'll do this to blow up the construct token. Oh, fuck. I did not mean to do that. Oh, that's not good. It's okay. It's okay. We can still... Oh, we can't double spell, can we? Because it's the red side. Well, it's too late, so we're just going to play the Kavu and pass. Obviously, that was a huge fuck up on my part, but it happens. It's okay. That could have easily just lost us the game. Because now our vessel is going to get blocked. It does have trample, but still they're reducing the damage with these Thopters. And I expect they're going to draw some more cards here. Oh, that was such a big mistake. I always do that on Modo, I don't know why. So a lot of people aren't familiar with this card. So the front side is like destroys each non-land permanent with 1 CMC or less. Then you exile all graveyards, and then you flip it, and then it's a 3/3 trample. Oh, it doesn't have flying. I thought it had flying. And then every time it hits your opponent, it gets a counter, and then if it hits your opponent for 10, you win. Or they lose. Sorry. Quite a big difference. It's pretty good. If we can draw a blue source, we could then Draco plus Wear and Tear. Oh my god. Our opponent's just completely going off here, because now they can start drawing a shitload of cards. They'll draw more Mox Ambers. Oh, they are playing Emery as well. Okay. What are they going to mill over? A Bauble and a bunch of lands. Cool. So maybe the Exiling Graveyards came up as well this game. I don't know. So they're going to tap 2 Thopters to sack them and draw a card. Oh, Chromatic Star isn't the activated ability draws you the card. It's when you sack it. So that's why they did it earlier. Okay, that makes more sense. So they drew 2 cards from it instead of 1. Oh my god, they're absolutely going off here. If that would be another Consumes All, that would be really nice. Yeah, you can have your card. A blue source would be great, because then we can go Draco plus Wear. Does that help? So we can double spell here. Depending on how our opponent blocks, that might work out nicely for us. We're probably just better off killing this before blocks though, I think. Yeah, probably. So if we're going to kill that, we really want to find a blue source for this Draco, so we probably want to just loot twice. I don't think. Do we have enough? No, we don't have enough to stop Emery because they've got a Bauble, a Mox Amber, and a Bauble. I guess we could fight it. So what? Fight the Emery. No, it's probably more concerning with these two, right? If we shut off Urza, then they can't make a bunch of mana. They've got the Amber. So we could fight this and then use one of the Kavus to exile the Mox Amber and just try and shut them off of mana. That might be an option. Things are not looking good though. Okay, well let's do that. Red. Which side is it? Where? Oh shit, it costs 2. Okay, we're gonna attack first and loot and see what happens. Because you can loot and then still with 4 blocks. Try and destroy this. So let's just loot, find something good. What do we not want? Probably another Kavu. Heath, which means we can Draco. Okay, and then the second one. I think we're going to have to get rid of the Dromoka's command. What's more important, this construct token or the Urza? I honestly don't know. Or do we just get rid of the Draco? No, we need the Trample. Oh, we need all of these cards. Fuck's sake, we'll get rid of the... Okay, sure. Oh fuck, didn't want to go to blocks yet. That's okay. We can still blow that up. It doesn't really change anything. That's... Well, I guess we could have kept that back and then it would get first strike. Or they would have... Yeah, that probably would have been better. So what we're going to do is red and whatever. Cast Wear on this. They're going to tap it for mana. Sure. This deck is really hard to play against. They just have like so many different options. It's frustrating that I attacked that when I shouldn't have, because now we can play. We could have given it first strike, so that was a big fuck up. But it happens. It's okay. Let's go Breeding Pool, Shock. Play the Draco. Now our dudes have Trample and they're 5/5s. And we can just loot away this Windswept Heath if we get another turn. I would not be surprised if the game is over now. They've got Urza, they've got Emery, and they've got Sai. Yeah, here they go. Thoughtcast, Thoughtcast, Thoughtcast is what I'm expecting to see here. Also, Stony Silence doesn't work because it's Urza making them tap for mana. These cards aren't actually tapping themselves for mana. Sure, so now they can make more blockers. That's going to be a huge blocker actually. That Wear and Tear would have been really nice to blow that up as well. But I don't know if we could just sit there and wait. Because this is the only target for the enchantment, I think. Oh my god, our opponent's just completely going off here. I think we just want to hit another Consumes All. That's like by far the best draw. I don't know how... Oh, okay, sure. Draw more of your cards. They're over halfway through their deck now. Tormod's Crypt? Are they just playing as a 0-mana spell? Because we don't use our graveyard at all. I think they are just using it as a 0-mana artifact, which triggers this and taps for mana. And makes Emry cheaper. Emry is such a sweet card. Okay. Our opponent has lots of dudes, we get that. But do they have... They can't make a dude this turn at least. Can you make a big dude? Because if they can't, then it doesn't really matter. We can still attack and not worry. What are they doing here? Paying 3 mana? 4? For another one? Oh my god, sure. So that's basically 4 mana make the token. Anything else? They can just wheel if they want to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they can almost do it twice. In fact, if they hit a artifact, does it let you play instant speed? Search for your library, exile the top card. Until the end of turn, you may play that card. No, so it wouldn't let you do instant speed if it's an artifact, I don't think. Consumes All would be really handy. No. Okay. What do we do here? Attack with everything and loot and hope for the best, I think is our best option. I guess we could keep this back and be able to chump block and just try and find burn spells twice. I guess we can just block with Ragavan if it gets to that point, or another creature we loot into. The Draco's not doing anything attacking anyway, it just eats a Thopter. So, yeah, I think we just attack with the Kavus. And we'll loot twice. So obviously we'll get rid of the land first. That's not helpful. Please be something. I guess we get rid of the Ragavan. A Tribal Flames. Okay. That helps us a little bit. Wow, they're really playing around stuff at this point. Fair play to our opponent. They've been blocking really well, because blocking with this alone is just a really easy way to get blown out by removal. Oh, maybe we should have attacked with the Draco. No, it would have just mean one less blocker here, which is the same result, but we have a tapped Draco. So we're going to trample over for 1. Are you kidding me? Put our opponent to 6. And then I guess we just play both our cards. Oh shit, that's only 1 toughness away from being dead to Tribal Flames. Oh, they've got Welding Jar though. Does that regenerate tokens? I don't know how that works. Let's go green, black, play the Brawler. And I kind of want to just kill this. No, we can't do that because they're going to make a dude next turn with Urza's Saga. Oh my god, we stand no chance if they make a dude. Wait, no. If we shoot this, they can't make... oh, they've got 2 Thopters still. I think we just pass. Pretend we don't have anything. And then next time we'll just double Tribal Flames them if we can. Oh fuck, we can't because we've only got 1 red source. Fuck. Another Thoughtcast. Oh my god. They're bringing back Thoughtcast Monitor. Is it Thoughtcast Monitor or Thought Monitor? Thought Monitor. This deck is absolutely insane. They do need to find a way to kill us though. Still the best draw would probably be, well, now that I forgot that we don't have 2 red sources, I think the next best draw is probably just Hinjitsu. So gonna bauble here again, sure. Shadow Spear? Oh dear, that's not good. Are they just going to put it on their construct token and swing? Because they definitely should. Oh my god. Gives it trample too? Trample and lifelink? That's just game. How the fuck do we beat this? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing we can do. They've gained so much life from that 1 hit. That was insane. Let's see what we would have drawn. Tribal Flames, okay. So yeah, obviously should have used the Tribal Flames, and then we could have drawn another burn spell, Tribal Flames or Bolt. That's an obvious mistake. It's much easier to do those things online for me than in real life. In real life, it's much easier to sit there and think. I don't know why, but online I just end up clicking OK all the time. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Obviously that was not ideal, but that's okay. That's what playtesting is for. Plenty of stuff we can learn from that. If you want to see more content, particularly any sort of aggro decks like Zoo, Burn, that kind of stuff, please feel free to subscribe and like the video if you did like it. It makes a huge difference to small content creators like myself. And if you want to see, if you're in the UK and you do want to, or in England should I say, and you do want to go to some tournaments, check out the Axion and the Athena Games one. Both are happening on the 26th and the 27th. So thanks for watching guys, and peace.